In the year 2147, Earth stood on the brink of a new dawn, or its darkest night. They called it the Silent Pulse, a frequency no ear could hear, but every machine could feel. It came from the far edge of our solar system, repeating every 13 minutes. At first, it was dismissed as cosmic noise, but then, the pattern emerged. A sequence of numbers so precise, it could only be intelligence. Governments silenced the discovery, corporations fought to control it, and in the shadows of the New World Order, someone listened. Dr. Mira Chen, geneticist, visionary, and soon the first to hear its true call. Mira was not like the others. Where others saw danger, she saw design. She spent nights in the sterile glow of her lab, replaying the signal over and over. Until one night, the static spoke, not in words, but in life. The signal was not just a transmission, it was code, DNA, a strand that could rewrite the blueprint of existence.
What if, she whispered, this isn't a message, but an invitation?
Every warning was ignored, every protocol discarded. The last entry in her journal read, "If life out there calls us, we must answer." She synthesized the sequence, liquid silver shimmering in the vial like captured moonlight. Her hands trembled, but her eyes burned with purpose, a single puncture, a breath held, and then, silence. For 12 hours nothing happened, no pain, no fever, just dreams. Dreams of oceans that glowed in the dark, skies split with rivers of light, creatures that had no faces, but endless eyes. And then, the hunger began. Not for food, for more. It started with her skin, patterns like constellations crawling beneath the surface, her veins glowing faintly in the dark, pulsing with a rhythm not her own. Every mirror became an enemy. Her pupils stretched into shapes no human eye had ever known. Colleagues whispered.
"Are you sick?" they asked.
But the sickness was not in her body, it was in reality itself, and reality was losing. She began hearing them, not voices, not exactly. A hum, vibrating through the marrow of her bones. When she closed her eyes, she saw them. Cities, not built, but grown. Mountains, breathing like lungs. And always, the same words, etched in light across the horizon. Become. At first she thought she was losing her mind, but then, she touched the glass of her lab window. And the glass bent. Mira's journals became frantic sketches, symbols no linguist could decipher, shapes that curved in impossible dimensions. Her hands, no longer her own, fingers splitting, weaving together like roots searching for soil, her spine arched unnaturally, every bone singing with alien harmony, and yet, she smiled.
Perfection, she whispered.
We were never meant to stay human. She wasn't alone for long. The signal had already leapt beyond her veins. Through the airwaves, through the machines, through every digital thread binding the world. First came the blackouts, then the static in every screen, and finally, the whispers. Millions heard them, and millions obeyed. The international broadcast at 0400 hours was supposed to calm the world. Instead, it ended it. A single image blinked across every device. Mira Chen, standing in silhouette, her body, no longer a body. Her face, a cascade of shifting forms, fractals blooming like alien flowers, her voice soft as rain.
We are awake.
And then, silence, except for the signal, the pulse that would never stop. Cities, gone quiet, skies lit with veins of light as if the heavens themselves were alive, forests blooming in colors no spectrum could name, and in the ruins of human order, something else stood, not flesh, not metal, but a fusion of both, a world reborn in the image of the signal. They thought it was a message, they were wrong, it was a seed, and Earth was the soil. The last words ever recorded by a human voice were these: "If you hear the signal, do not answer." But by then, it was already too late.